Hello, my dear fans. Hello, good evening, good day, everybody. How are you today? It's Sunday. It's Sunday here, and I will say happy Sunday to you all. God bless you. I have come again with an interesting topic, and it's today we're dwelling on a side of parenting, and the part of parenting I'm going to be talking to you about is majorly on child rearing, child raising, child upbringing. This is what we're dwelling on now, and I hope it's going to benefit somebody, a family today. So I'm going to come on with comprehensive guides in uh, in child rearing. Child rearing is a complex but rewarding experience. It's complex but rewarding that requires, if we can have it, patience, love, dedication, and using of strategies to rear our kids, to bring them up in God's own way. This idea I'm going to bring to us is going to help us to navigate the journey of child rearing, child raising. There are so many principles that are needed in child rearing, and it depends on individuals. But with our patience, we need to be patient in bringing up these kids. Child rearing mainly starts with love and acceptance. A parent, especially the new ones, we have to accept that responsibility of caring for their kids. And when you accept the responsibility, then you have to be patient. You have to you be patient, you have love, you be ready, you be in readiness to bring up these kids. There must be readiness and preparedness in bringing up this kid. If not, there may be uh, challenges that the parents may not be able to face. Acceptance that yes, I want to be a parent. I want to nurture this child. I am ready to nurture this child. Child rearing should not come with mistakes. We need to accept and be in readiness, because this will help us to provide unconditional love and acceptance, which is very essential for child's emotional well-being. You know, there are different emotions, heavy emotions that comes to these kids because of their age, because of their innocence. They are just coming, they don't really catch up with what we have been doing in this world. They are new, so we need to come up to meet up with their emotions. Their emotional well-being is very, very important. And when you are not in love with that child, there's no how you can catch up with the emotional well-being. Consistency and boundaries are always needed to be established. You need to establish clear boundaries, which will help the child to develop self-discipline and respect for the parents. Self-discipline and responsibility. No matter how young the child is, the child needs to be responsible for certain things when boundaries are set. And these boundaries are set by teaching the child on do's and don'ts. They are not strict rules, but these rules are given to them subtly. Don't do this. Stop it. Don't go there. You need to give these subtle rules. And that is how they get self-discipline and responsibility. Include positive reinforcement by the parents. We need to reinforce some rules on the children, on the child, and this will help us to foster positive environment by raising and rewarding good behaviors. The child should be taught good behaviors, and this will encourage the child to develop good habits. Good habits will be learned by this child, like habits of toileting, when to learn to do toilet training for the child, when the child can wear shoes properly, not putting the left shoe to the right leg and vice versa. These trainings will come up gradually according to their age. According to their age, you need to teach this boundary so that they will get knowledge and develop good habits. The child must be taught to be able to signal when to go to wee or poo, go to the restroom, so that an adult will escort them to go and do this. The child must be taught these basic hygienic rules, so that they will be able to do things themselves, not to be soiling the whole place or doing unpleasant things. The child will be taught to know how to handle his or her food when it is time to train them to do so. So proper training by the parents will actually give the parents rest, and also train the child to have good habits. So reinforcing this good habits is very, very necessary. You don't leave the child alone to mess up the house, or allowing the child to depend on an adult to do certain things for them at certain ages as they grow and develop. So as the child grows and develop, we need to train them to grow and develop, and on each habit they will be able to carry out on their own. You train the child on emotional intelligence too. Teaching children to recognize and understand and manage their emotions helps them develop emotional intelligence. Teach them to know how to manage their emotional states. For example, you don't ask a child not to cry most times. Allow the child to cry out their emotion. You don't hit a child that cries and tell the child not to cry. Let the child cry. That is their expressive language they have at a certain age. That is how they get what they want. The child will cry to signal that he or she needs you, wants you, needs your help, probably hungry, probably thirsty. So you don't ask the child not to cry. Most times, allow them to cry out. There's even this erroneous belief that boys don't cry. Why not? Boys do, men do. Everybody has different emotional languages to express. Crying is one of his. If you don't allow the child to cry, you might push the child into solemn quietness, which is not really helpful to the child. When the child grows to be amongst his peers, the child is going to be withdrawn because he has been taught not to complain right from home. So emotional expression helps them to develop emotional intelligence. This emotional intelligence also help them in their academic work too, and anytime they go to school to mix up with their peers. The emotional intelligence helps them to have sympathy or empathy for their peer group that something probably went on wrong with. So teach them emotional intelligence. So these are the basic ways to teach a child to rear your child. Also, when they are growing up, or when they are grown, at a certain age, you need to allocate duties to these kids. Allocate duties in the home for them under your supervision. Allocate duties to them, like you must have demonstrated these roles to them before you now ask them to take over and do it. Let there be role plays for these children. The things you have taught to them, let them learn how to carry them out now. Like you can give them the role of calls to prayer at home. When it's time for devotion, give them the role day by day to call to prayer. Even the prayer sections at home during your family devotion, give them the role to read the Bible, to read the prayer book we use, and to even pray. Give them the roles. You can also give them the role of acting as mommy or as daddy in the house sometimes. Ask them to play these roles. And by this doing, what they do, I mean, is distributing duties, allocating duties to the rest of them. Just as mommy or daddy will do, allocate duties to the rest of them. And they do this interchangeably every day. Allocate duties to them. Then allocate duties of cleaning, arranging the home, putting things in order. This will let them know that they don't need to scatter everywhere in the home, because it's their duty to make the arrangement, to put the things straight. So you have to teach them on how to take all these roles. You teach them also by using the modeling system of teaching, where you practice these roles first, show them how to do it, then ask them to do the same thing the way you have been doing it. When you allow them do this, they will even do better later in life. So this is the few ideas I have brought to us all about rearing a child or rearing children, their upbringing, so that they can come up well and give us peace later in life. God bless you. God bless you all. Catch you. See you later. Please put your own comments, your own idea in the comment box. How do you rear your child or your children? God bless you. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.